So, as I said, this is a talk on how manifestation works, and it's specifically for this conference. It's interactive, and I want you just to raise your hand or just make a comment in the question or chat section, and I'll answer as best as I can. So, when we look at the principles of manifestation or the general steps that one takes, it is first and foremost, what is it that you want to manifest? It's to know your desire, to know what is it that you want to bring into your life that you haven't been able to, because we forever thinking of other things that we can have more of, or as life changes, our circumstances changes, and sometimes we're in expansion mode and sometimes we're in contraction mode. So our desires keep on changing. Also with the family changing, yeah. So first and foremost, it's know your desire. Then it is to ask. Ask Spirit, ask your higher self, ask God. But also ask yourself and give yourself permission to have it. It might sound strange, but as we go along, you'll get to what I'm trying to say. The next step in manifesting is visualize. And in the past, especially in the 3D reality, the suggestions was make a vision board. Have a vision of what you would like to manifest. And I usually manifest without a vision board. So it's use what is appropriate to you, take what resonates and leave the rest. What I find is the most powerful thing to be able to manifest is what you visualize on the inside. It's the vision that you hold for yourself. Because sometimes if you have a vision board, you have to cut out pictures and it's other people, and you don't necessarily see yourself as that because you see other people having that. It is preferably for you to be able to see yourself, that visualize it for yourself. I had a client that came to me and she said, my picture is I'm sitting on a veranda with my feet up, I'm overlooking the sea, I've got my cat on my lap and a coffee in my hand. That is my picture. And she didn't know how to manifest that picture, and the picture was there, but then it wasn't, and there was fears and obstacles to overcome. And we worked with that picture until she actually physically manifested, and she sent me the photo of her sitting on a veranda overlooking the sea with a cat on her lap and a coffee in her hand. So and now she's got other visions and other dreams, but it's like, have a picture and visualize that picture. The more you believe in it, and especially the next point there is to feel it. It's for you to feel. How does it feel to sit in the picture that you create for yourself? Be it the house, be it the work and the work circumstances, be it being in a relationship, be it whatever it is that you desire, be it world peace, whatever it is. Feel it. The more you give feeling to those visualizations and feel it as if it is already here, not the yearning, not the I don't have, not the negative feelings, but the feelings of already having achieved that. The next point there is to believe it, because it's the thing that makes or breaks us manifesting a certain thing in our lives is the amount that we believe it. Lots of people say, seeing is believing. I'll see it when I believe it. I don't know about this manifestation stuff. I don't know about this affirmation stuff. I don't know about these vision board stuff. If I can see it, then I'll believe it. And unfortunately, or fortunately, the opposite is true. It's the believing that makes you see it into your reality. So you have to start with believing it for yourself. Because that which you strongest believe is what's going to manifest. And we'll get to the troubleshooting part at the end, because it's to check in with yourself. Okay, but where is your beliefs about this? Do you think it is possible for you? So we'll look into those. Then the next point there is the release. Release the dream, the desire, the image. So you ask for it, you visualize it, you feel it, and then you release it. But there's also other letting go that you need to do. And we'll get to all the letting go that you can just investigate to see if you can apply any of those in your life to be able to manifest the reality. There's a lot to be said about that release, because when we release and we create that vacuum, spirit fills that vacuum, the universe fills that vacuum. So sometimes we need to create space for that which we want. So if a cup is full, can it receive any more? No. So to be receptive, you need to empty the cup. And that's how you approach life. Create those empty spaces where it can be filled with magic and miracles. The next point that there is be ready to take action if needed. Not all our manifestations is you ask for it and you believe it and whatever, but you just think it's going to fall from the sky. At times, you are called to action. And it is to follow those steps forward. It's to know when to take a dynamic right step back and when to take a dynamic right step forward. Because at certain times, the Spirit calls us forth to take action. If you want that business that you've always desired to start, it's not going to start by itself. There's times that you need to take the action steps. So it is to be ready for that, not to hold yourself back and procrastinate and deafen yourself to the prompts that you get. The next thing, the steps towards manifestation, is receive. And how open are you to actually receive that? And we'll look at that. If you haven't manifested it or created into your reality, then you go back to troubleshoot and you make any corrections that is needed, and then you start from the beginning again. And just go through the steps and just follow it through. There's an ancient Chinese belief that says, an invisible thread connects those who are destined to meet, regardless of time, place, or circumstance. The thread may stretch or tangle, but can never break. May you be open to each thread that comes into your life, the golden ones and the coarse ones, and may they weave into a brilliant and beautiful life. So what I get from that is the last point there. What you are looking for is already looking for you. So and it is not just to do with a person, it's to do with a job, it's to do with a house, it's to do with everything. Everything that you desire, there's certain destined paths, destined timelines. This week, the card that I drew for the group was destiny. And there's certain things that we can achieve. We just need to put our mind to it. We just need to believe it. We just need to trust it. We just need to have focus on it. Because the saying is, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So what are you thinking? Because that is what you are manifesting. Because energy flows where attention goes. So if your attention is on, I can't do it, you'll not be able to do it. But if your attention is on, I can do it, you can do it. So it's where are you focusing in your life? Because that determines on what you're going to manifest, the impossible or the possible. I want to share with you a couple of powerful things that is sometimes overseen. And the first one is the power of a ritual and setting your intent. And it is, if it is by altar, if it is lighting a candle, if it is some sacred ceremony that you do, because it's to be in communion with Spirit and say, Spirit, you know what, God, this is what I would like to work towards. This is what I would like to manifest. And you leave it on the altar, you leave it with a candle, you can build a crystal grid. There's so many things that you can do. You can have talismans and little ones of what you would like to manifest. You can have pictures of it. You can have colored candles in that vibration. You can have colors towards that. If it's love, it's pink. If it's healing, it's green. Those kinds of things. So the more you give energy to it, the more you give it power. Visualization is using your imagination. And my question to you is, how good can you imagine your life to be? Because if you open up how beautiful it can be, very little is impossible. It is us and our thinking and our believing that we are limiting what we can manifest in our life. Also, the power of the spoken word. So many times when I speak to clients and they've been struggling to manifest something into their reality, if I listen to their words, I can exactly hear where they are limiting themselves. So they will say, oh no, this is not working for me. Or this is not for me. Or I'm not able to. Or I can't. The energy closes. They are not open to that experience. And they put the curse on themselves of no, I can't. So that is then what they're perfectly manifesting. They are manifesting the icons, and it's to become aware of what is your spoken words and change it. So if it is, I don't have the job yet, but if you add yet, then the job can still come. If you say, oh no, there's no jobs for me. Have you looked at this and it's impossible? Then you make it impossible. Just change it. It's to rather say, whatever it is that you want to manifest, I am that already. And we'll go through some of them, but it's the one that I put here at the end is, I'm a magnet for magic and miracles. And what are you choosing to be a magnet? That might be, you might not believe in magic and miracles. I believe in magic and miracles a lot. The portal of alchemy is all about magic and miracles. I've seen it in my life over and over, and the more I believe it, the more I see it, and the more I see it, the more I believe it. So yes, that's my reality. But it is what do you choose to be a magnet of? Because that is what you're going to magnetically attract to you. Then also the power of symbols and numbers. The infinity symbol. If you place the infinity symbol on certain of the items that you want to manifest, it's infinitely abundant. You can place it on your business card for receiving infinite amount of clients, appointments, good referrals, money, whatever it is. So it's on power dates like 11/11 that we've just had, or the 8th of the 8th, or that on those power portal dates, doing a meditation, doing an intent, doing a ritual for those times, you just amplify. It's just amplified. It's just more powerful. But even if you listen to a guided meditation in the line of what you want to manifest, be it healing, be it a job, be it a loved one, or so forth, you can listen to it at 11/11, and it's just more powerful. It's try to start understanding numerology, and if you see the times, if you see 11/11 on the clock, it's Spirit tapping you on your shoulder and say, "Hey, we are with you. What have you been thinking of? That is what you're going to manifest." So check in with yourself on a regular basis on your thoughts. And when you see those times, there's a message in it for you. Spirit is forever talking to us. There's signs and signals and symbols for us in the clouds, in the songs that plays on the radio, in the message that somebody that we have a conversation with, they just randomly say. And then we think, oh, wow. How did they know I was thinking that or wanting to manifest that, or that is a message to me. So Spirit uses so many avenues to communicate with us. Are you listening? Then the next thing is to make the most of the cycles of the moon, to be in sync with it. The more we're in sync with nature, the more it flows. Manifestation is all about flow. It's not about pushing. It's not about exercising your free will on others, and it's not about that. It is a natural flow. It's to do with energy, and the more we are in that energy, the more it flows to us. It's just a natural cycle of life. So when the moon is full, if your cup is full, can you receive more? No. So at full moons, you pour out, you let go, you release, you write all that's no longer serving you, and you burn it. You clear out, you make room. In a new moon, a dark moon, it's empty. So it's like if you have an empty land, like the farmers, and it's ready for planting, then that is what you do. In a new moon, it gives you a new opportunity to plant those seeds of what you would like to manifest. Set those intents, do those rituals, do a guided meditation, do whatever it is that you can plant the seeds, and then during the month you water them, you harvest them, and then you create a new cycle of clearing, planting, watering, harvesting, clearing, planting, watering. Now certain things in our life takes it a little bit longer. And that's why you'll see I'll get to the troubleshooting part where we can tweak and change and see what still needs to change while divine timing is unfolding, that we can just align better to that which we want to manifest. And if it's really still something that we want to manifest, because we're also very good at changing our minds from time to time. So just to check in, is it still what you want to manifest? And tweak and change. Then the attitude of gratitude. Spirit values gratitude. Whatever we show gratitude for, we get more of. So the more we can be grateful for all that we have, the more joy it brings to Spirit for us to give more to us. The myths that there is about manifestation, I would like to talk about those now. The first myth is that you need money to manifest. So we think in a monetary way. We think if I wanted the car, I need either the money for the car, or I need my job to pay me more so that I have more money to pay for the car. We don't just think that we can get the car. And that's with a lot of things. We think we need money to be able to do it or to get it. And it's not always true. It's not always so. If there is something that you desire to manifest, it's to focus your desire on that manifestation. Not, as I said in the next point, we don't need to figure out the how. How is Spirit's job? All we need to do is set our intent, voice our desire, our need, and then allow Spirit to do its job. And Spirit figures out the house. And to give an example, so once one year was a difficult year for me, and I didn't know how I'm going to pay the kids' school fees. I enrolled them in new schools, in their high school, and when they sent me the first bills, I thought, I completely forgot to ask how much the school fees are. Now, you would think that that is a normal question for people to ask, but I always do what is for the highest good and the best, and I follow through. So I got to that each high school is appropriate for each kid, and that is the high school that they needed to be in. So I enrolled them. So I was sitting on my healing room bed the one day, and I was saying to Spirit, okay, I'm surrendering, show me the how. because I've got no cooking clue. A certain way of thinking is, oh yes, Lucky, I need to have X amount of more clients so that I can earn so much more so that I can pay all this. And as I was sitting there asking Spirit in pure earnestness, with an open heart, with an open mind, with an open energy, show me the how. One of my friends phoned me and they said, oh, do you know that you can go to the school and you can show them this and you can ask for support? And I said, no, I didn't know that. So the next day I went to the schools and I got the forms and I completed them all and gave them all the proof and gave it back. And I got each school fees at a rate that I could afford. So then I thought, you know what, Spirit always sees through. We don't always need money to manifest that which we desire. It's to see what do we need to be in alignment with, where can it work for us in our favor, and still have that as a manifest. So just thought I'll give you that example to show it's not always that you need money to be able to buy the handbag that you want or whatever. So sometimes it can come as gifts. So just before I came down to move back down to Durban, I was on my phone with my daughter and I said, I've manifested the first month's rent, I manifested the deposit, the removal company, the this, but I still need 5,000 Rand. 5,000, I've sold everything that I could, but I still need 5,000 Rand. And as I put the phone down, I got a message and there was 5,000 Rand deposited in my account. I nearly fell off my chair. But then the client said that they want me to do my light work and it's pay it forward. So I gave 5 people sessions to that value because it was a gift for me to make it possible for me to be here. So I've seen manifestations happen instantly. It's just voice it, surrender it, and let it be. The other myth that there is that only other people can manifest and you don't have the ability. That's a myth. It's a false belief. And I encourage you to start practicing certain of these things that I'm sharing with you, and you'll see it in your own life. And afterwards, I would love to hear some stories from you as well. So when we get to the troubleshooting part, so now we've done what was guided, and it hasn't manifested yet. It is to reflect a little bit and write down what, in your opinion, you think has been preventing you from manifesting that. All the excuses, or all the blames, all the anything that you feel that is standing in your way, whatever obstacle, write it, because you're writing out all the obstacles, you're releasing it from your system, fold it in 4, and you burn it. And you release it, and you say, Spirit, I choose to no longer hold on to these obstacles, because 90% of the time, what is obstructing us from manifesting that is us. And it's either our beliefs or our own limitations. So it's just to become aware of that. That's where this troubleshooting is so important. The next thing is, what have you been holding on to? And I usually take a crystal or something and I say, Spirit looks at what we hold on to. So if it is unforgiveness, if it is a lack of self, with self-doubt, lack of self-worth, if it is whatever it is that we hold on to, Spirit looks, oh, they're holding on to this. Now Spirit gives you more of what you're holding on to. So if you look at hoarders, they'll hoard carton boxes or whatever, and then they'll have 2, and then they'll have 10, and then they'll have 20, and then later on it's from floor to ceiling, room upon the room, they've got plenty of that, because Spirit says, okay, you want that? Okay, you can have more of that, and you have more of that, okay? So this question of what you are holding on to is very important, because we don't usually ask ourselves that. We don't look at what we are holding on to. grudges, disbelief in self, anything like that. When we change what we are holding on to, Spirit says, oh, they're now holding on to this. They're liking this. Okay, we'll give them more of this. So if you show gratitude for what you have and what you want more of, you get more of that. It's a very important, I'm going to say, life lesson. And it's a reflecting point that you can do from time to time. So another thing that you can do is ask the universe open-ended questions. Like, for instance, what would it take for whatever you would like to manifest to show up in your life? And if you ask that, you'll say, oh, I need to phone this person that has been on my mind for the past week that I thought, why must I phone them? Start taking action. Or what is right about this that I'm not getting? And it's like sometimes we want to manifest things that might not be for our highest good, where there'll be more trouble than there will be any good of that. And we think, no, but I wanted that job and I didn't get that job. It's like you must say, phew, I might have dodged a bullet with that job. Quite obviously, it wasn't meant for me. Okay, so let me put myself in alignment to that which is more suitable for my nature, for my character, and where I can shine and come alive and grow. The other thing is, the other open-ended question that you can ask is, what else is possible? Because if you ask the universe what else is possible, it shows you what else is possible. And then you see you're like, yeah, and then you say, okay, so what else is possible? And then this manifests, and then this and this. There's so many manifestations that can happen if you're just in the flow of it, if you're just allowing it, if you live in that openness. So what I can say is that there's certain things that we from time to time need to work on ourselves. And the first thing is to check in on your self-doubt. Because sometimes a person will say, you know what? I am super successful at work. I achieve all that I want to achieve. I have a high ranking job. I get paid lots. But at home, my relationships are atrocious. And I can't either keep a man or things just don't work out in the relationship front. Or it will be vice versa. Sometimes in one area of your life, you have it all, and then the other area, you just don't. And then it's like, if you have courage in work and you're able to manifest all that, you should have courage at home. But it's sometimes our self-doubt, our self-worth, our limiting beliefs that prevents us from manifesting it in personal relationships, or vice versa. I'm just giving examples. But many times I would hear people say that, yeah, it's easy, but yeah, it's not easy. But if you have it, yeah, you can have it, yeah, as well. But it is, what do you need to let go of? What is the self-doubts that you need to release? What is the self-worth that you need to build up? That you know that you're worthy to manifest that job or manifest that into your reality. Know your worth. Okay? What are your self-talks and the thoughts that you entertain? Is it that you've done the manifestation now on that power date, and now you wonder if, but maybe, how, and you start doubting and you start thinking that's not possible, and you talk to this one and they say, nay, they don't think that's going to work for you. And you kill all that little seed that has been planted that's just popped its head out and wanting to grow, and it just gets killed by these toxic words, thoughts, beliefs of yourself or others, or you adopting what others are saying. So it's to look at and ascertain what is the self-talk and the thoughts that you entertain, what is the limiting beliefs, what is the assumptions that you are running on, what is the fear programs that is preventing you from doing that, fear of success, fear of failure. What is the fear programs that is preventing you from manifesting this? And then avoid naysayers at all costs. Those that don't believe in you or your dreams, don't talk to them. Talk to people that fuels your fire, that believes in you. Okay. Another thing that you can work on yourself is ask yourself these following questions if you haven't been able to manifest what you've wanted to manifest. What obstacles do I have in between me and that? Because when you start looking at that, you can clear that. Another thing, where do I restrict it or limit it? I keep on drawing a card in the Psychic Tarot that says dream big or dream bigger. And I think, I really think I dream big. But Spirit sometimes has a much bigger dream for us than we have for ourselves. And it's to allow ourselves to start seeing, where do we put the ceilings in and say, oh, I can only earn so much, or I can only see so many people, or I can only do so much. Where do we limit ourselves and say, oh, I need to release this? Write it out, burn it, release it, let it go. Change your programming and have affirmations that will affirm that you are unlimited. Also, look at where you're trying to control it, because we are not to micromanage Spirit or control that. It's to see, okay, when we step back, allow it to happen. Don't go and control it or manipulate it. Also check in, are there any childhood wounding still preventing you from manifesting it? Because maybe as a child you would say you felt unlovable, and the affirmations that you got from parents, or you're a nuisance and you're in the way, and or came with the old belief of seen and not heard. So don't ever speak your truth because nobody wants to hear what you want to say, and then you just keep quiet, and you're quiet at work and you're wondering why you're not succeeding or growing. So it's to become aware of if there's any childhood wounding that's still preventing you from manifesting, and heal that. Go and see an energy healer. Go talk to somebody that can help you and move beyond that obstacle. Also, where have you been procrastinating in taking action? I spoke to a lady yesterday and she says, oh yes, I do get these inspired thoughts, but then I think, oh no, I can't, and that's impossible, and I'll never be able to. And then I think, you can't want to manifest, and when you get the inspiration from Spirit, go and squash it. You have to follow through. Just have the guts, do it anyway, because you've got nothing to lose. And then another important question that you can work on yourself for, and just check in when you do this troubleshooting, is how good am I at receiving? So many times I would hear people say, oh, I'm a giver. I give. And then when I ask them, so how good are you receiving? They're bad at receiving compliments. They're bad at receiving gifts. So they're bad at receiving anything. So if you are not good at receiving and you're asking, you are standing in your way of receiving that because you're not open to it. So just check in at what is your receptivity levels. For the group, and one of my groups have asked me to do 11/11 manifestation portal meditation. I've pre-recorded it and I loaded it on my YouTube channel. So if you would like to listen to that from time to time when you want to manifest, I invite you to go and have a listen. I also have satsangs and guided meditations on each Sunday from 9 to 11 on a donation basis. And tomorrow there's a new moon meditation. So if you would like to join in, you can just look me up or WhatsApp me on my WhatsApp number, and then participate in that if you choose to. I also invite you to join my YouTube channel, because all the epiphanies and teachings that I put out there, I load on the YouTube channel, and you can just have a listen to any of that that you would like to maybe benefit from. So, any questions on manifestation, or any stories that you would like to share about manifestation? So Lucinda is asking, hi, how would I know if what I'm wanting to manifest is what I need or is meant for me? So that's a very open-ended question. I'm not exactly sure on what it is that you want to manifest. And I guess that is where self-doubt comes in, or wanting to talk yourself out of it. So what I've realized that is, if I put my focus and my attention on what it's like, say for instance with a relationship, with certain core relationships, and I've had this many a time, heard it from other people as well. You see a person, you think, oh wow, I would like an experience with that individual, and but just put it out there. It's just like put an order to spirit. Hey, that looks nice. I would like to have an experience of that, and allow to manifest in its time, and it does. When it doesn't, then it's probably there wasn't I want to say a reciprocal feeling, because it usually comes from two sides. One sends out the signal, the other one sends out a signal. It's matching. Okay, you can play out that reality. Okay, so it's to see. If you want to talk about it, you can message me and we can talk about your what you want to manifest, and if it's meant for you. Anything is meant for us, but I mean, it's like there's no limitations in what we can manifest. There's a lot that we can manifest. We are worthy of plenty. But when we sometimes attach it to a person and we want them to be that and they don't want to play that role, then spirit will sometimes send us somebody else that will play that role. So it's to have an openness, because what's meant for you will always come and will always be there. It can never be taken away. Are you open to receive it? Priscilla mentioned that we don't realize the power of manifestation and how what we say and want can come into being. Exactly. That's what I was trying to bring across. It's like we need to understand our own power. We need to understand what we give power to. Power to the I can'ts, or power to the I cans, power to the impossibles, or power to the possibles. Because we have the power. We give things power. It's like I want to say the rituals and stuff is more there for us. It's to gain the focus. It's to make that. But if you don't believe in it, don't do it, because then you do it counterproductive. Then I want to say, de-manifest anything that you're trying to manifest. Whatever you do it because you believe in it, not because somebody else believes in it, because you believe in it, because you have seen the results. So I want you just to take a look at your life and just reflect on the times that you were able to manifest. Did it come hard? Was it hard, or was it easy? And just see your own manifesting abilities. Because as you catch your own manifesting abilities and your own self, and oh, wow, that has come. I've asked for it and it has now come. It's like start catching yourself manifesting on an hourly basis, daily basis, monthly basis, yearly basis. The more you see it, and the more you get excited about it, the more you can practice it. Any other questions or any other comments or stories that you would like to share? We've got 5 minutes still. Okay. And I just want to thank you all for listening today and for attending. And I wish you a wonderful day. And there's many other fascinating and interesting talks still available today. So see you then. Bye for now. Bye.